It's 1 in the morning, and I'm here recording a video for you guys because I really can't sleep, and I have this video I need to do for a while now, and that is talking about another movie that has had some weird impact on my life. It's amazing that this one wasn't made before a few of the other ones, because this one was actually like one of my top movies I watched for the longest time, and it really is still up there. And that movie is Stephen King's The Mist, which premiered in 2007. And because that movie, for the past 16 years, every time it's foggy outside, without missing a beat, I will always tell myself something in the mist. I think a lot of people will do that. If you don't, if you watch that movie and then you don't say what's something in the mist when it's foggy outside, I don't know what's wrong with you. Well, I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know. But no, for the past 16 years, since I first saw that movie, every time it's foggy outside, like it was just foggy the other day. And I immediately, as soon as I saw it, I was just something in the mist. It doesn't hit the same way as it would, in the movie when the guy's running into the store and he's like, he actually yells. He's like, something in the mist took John Lee. I'm not going to yell. I'm not going to try to imitate it because I don't have the energy to do that. So, but no, I will go around and I will say that. My friends and I have gotten to the point of saying it to each other when it's foggy outside. We'll send snaps to each other. And just, for no reason, just something in the mist. But I think that's the big impact it had on me. It's just now, I'm going to always say something in the mist, regardless of how old I get. I'm just going to be all like, I could be 30 years old. I could be 50 years old, 70, 80, maybe 99 years old, and it'll be foggy outside. My last words will be something in the mist. And that's going to be it. But aside from that line, there are other things in that movie that really stuck with me. And one of them is the idea of no way out. And I know the movie, if you haven't seen the movie, I don't want to spoil it for you, so click off this video and go watch it, or don't watch it and then not watch the video. I don't know. Or if you want this movie spoiled, I don't know. The movie ends with the guy and his son and the 3 other survivors in his car, and they get stranded. They've run out of gas. They get stranded. They have a gun with 4 bullets, and there's 5 of them. The main character opts to shoot his son and the 3 survivors out of mercy, so they won't get killed by whatever's out there in the mist. And I shit you not, 5 seconds later, the U.S. Army shows up, and the mist clears. Like 5 seconds. Okay, it's more than 5 seconds, but it's like 20. Like I give it like 22 seconds, maybe 22 seconds, somewhere around there. But it's depressing as hell. Now, in that aspect, it does give off the no way out. Like, if the movie had ended with just him doing that and then being stranded in this car alone without the U.S. Army showing up and ended with that hopelessness, that would definitely have gotten to be worse than... I mean, the ending still has me pretty fucked. It does, because, I mean, it is so bad. I mean, because... Imagine being in that position where you did your best to escape. The whole point of the whole reason they got out was they decided to get in the car and drive as far south as they could because they thought the further south they went, they'd get clear of it. And they drive for, I'm assuming, hours. I don't know. But they get stranded, and to give him mercy so they don't have to die by whatever's in the mist, he shoots his son and the 3 survivors. And it is just depressing as all hell. And it gets worse when, like, 5 seconds later, I say 5 seconds to exaggerate it, but it is like it's less than 30 seconds, maybe 30 seconds, no more than 45. I don't know. I know I said 22 earlier, but now that I'm thinking about it, it's gotta be like 30 seconds, less than a minute. That's a fact. That the army shows up, and they were just saying, you just sit there and you go, God, that is so fucking bad. It is so sad. Now, I mean, I don't think I could ever imagine being in that scenario. Because, honestly, in my honest opinion, if I was stuck in that scenario and I had to shoot people I was with, I couldn't. I really couldn't. Because I think there's a lot of people that couldn't. Because it's just, it's something that nobody could... I mean, I don't know. Maybe you're different. Maybe you're built different. I don't know. But, like, for me, I wouldn't want to be shot. I would not want to be one of the people that get shot either. I wouldn't. I would want to find I don't know. My brain goes to like, well, I would want to find a way to get out, but obviously that's not possible. It's just I couldn't imagine myself. I could not imagine myself in either of those scenarios, being the one that has to shoot somebody or being the one that has to they get shot. I don't know. I couldn't imagine myself in that scenario, and that's what really screws with me. Because I couldn't imagine. I can't see myself there, and thinking about anybody being put in that position is just awful. You know. But thankfully, it's a made-up movie, and everybody who was quote killed in that scene was actually acting, so we're good. Now, another thing about that movie is that movie really opened me up to monster slash survival movies, and because I was very big on those as a kid, and then when I saw that movie when I was 9 years old, it was like I love it. There's a lot of movies that have like they're not just monster movies, they're monster movies slash survivals. What I mean by that is like the monster's there and then you have to survive. So there's just monster movies where you just fight the monster, but there's no really survival aspect of it. So like my examples of fighting monsters and surviving, like when I say surviving, I mean two different things because yeah, you have to survive when there's a monster, but I mean like there's no really I guess in depth to showing how they're surviving, and there are movies like that. But there are movies also where they show surviving while trying not to get killed by the monster, and you know the Mist is that way. Independence Day is that way. It's not that one's not really a monster movie, but that's a movie where something that's not human, so essentially a monster, showed up and decided to kick ass, and the humans had to survive, and you know, so that's the kind of that's why I got opened up to because of the Mist, and it's one of my favorite genres of movies. You know, the whole and I love the obscurity of it. I love how it's not just one monster. It is multiple monsters. I mean, I did a video a few months ago called "Why Are These Movies Even Made?" and it focused on the spider movies, and I covered the Mist in one of them, in one of my parts in that video, which was spiders. And then you have the giant, like, AT-AT looking thing at the end of the movie. You have the tentacle monster. You have the bugs. You have those pterodactyl looking things. You know, there's a lot. I wish there was lore with those monsters. I know there's not because it's made to kind of keep it. It's made to have that mystery to it. But I would love if there was lore on the monsters in that movie because I would love. I would if I was gonna read anything, it'd be the lore on that. It really would. So that movie opened me up to a lot of it opened me up to the more monster slash survival movies, which I wasn't really a fan of as a kid. And since then, I enjoyed them. They're one of my favorite movies to watch. I could watch it all live long day. And The Mist is one of the movies I consider a classic in myself. And I think a lot of people would consider it to be a classic. Maybe not a classic, but I guess I don't know. I want to say a classic, but when I think about the general population, I think a good chunk of people haven't seen the movie. I guess I'll refer to Stephen King fans, like people who have read Stephen King books. And I know people who read the books why say the movie wasn't as good, but in my opinion, I think not just this movie, but a lot of Stephen King movies are done pretty good. I mean, you have The Shining, The Mist. You have I can't think of the name. It is one of them, but no, I can't think of the other. Pet Cemetery, but I had another one thinking of it. I can't think of it. I'm just thinking of other ones. But I think those are all decently well done movies, and I don't have any problem with them. I mean, I think they're decent movies. So The Mist is something I could pull up and I could watch and I could enjoy. I could sit through it. I won't get depressed. I'll get really sad with some parts of it. Like when the main character finds his wife sprung up in spider webs, and that's after you know what the spiders have done or what they do to their victims, and it really just makes you like for me it makes me get angry. It pisses me off. So shit like that, it just like I'm just like oh because like I know what those do and it's like God I hate that, but that's what makes it a good movie is it's able to captivate those feelings. So that movie was just it's a decent movie for me. There was a fun fact I want to share about that movie. This really didn't impact me at all, but I want to share about it. So I told you guys this in the video I covered the spider scene, and that is that 3 actors in that movie were in The Walking Dead, which is Laurie Holden, Melissa McBride, and Jeffrey Dean Munn. They were all in The Mist together, and then 2 years later they came in to do The Walking Dead. And I was always wondering how like all 3 of those characters all ended up on The Walking Dead. I found out recently, like really recently, that Frank Darabont, who was the showrunner on The Walking Dead in like the first few seasons, was one of the producers of The Mist. So when he went to do The Walking Dead, I don't know if he brought them, but I think he definitely wanted them. I did find out that he wanted, before they had Andrew Lincoln to play Rick Grimes, they wanted Thomas Jane, who played the main character David Drayton in that movie, to play Rick Grimes. But I think it was due to scheduling conflicts that Thomas Jane couldn't be Rick Grimes, which, as cool as that would be, Andrew Lincoln was a better Rick Grimes. This is in the Walking Dead video, but I just had a fun fact about that movie. But yeah, decent movie. I enjoy it. Definitely, it definitely did make me a little on edge. As somebody with anxiety as a kid, my anxiety was just all over the place, willy-nilly, everything, whatever you want to say. That movie did. I was a little bit paranoid, especially the tentacle monster. There's a scene with that. I can't really go through and explain the whole scene, but just know it made me afraid to be in my garage with my garage door, especially when it was not dark out. So yeah, it made me very paranoid. But the movie made me feel a lot of different things. You were scared. Some parts of the movie made you go, yeah! And other parts you just went, oh, well, I wish that didn't happen. But it's a decent movie. If you haven't watched it and you want to watch a horror movie like that, I'd say go watch it. But what do you guys think? Do you guys like the movie? Or is it like one of your least favorite Stephen King movies? Because I know some people like Stephen King movies. Some of them have a few they like. Some of them have a few they don't like, That's perfectly fine, I was just talking about a movie that I thoroughly enjoy, so tell me what you guys think. But that's all I got in this video. Have a good day, and as always, stay awesome, everybody.